Okay, I have a story about a married couple that I was acquainted with years ago. So anyway, years ago, I was acquainted with the husband was a bus driver for the city of Poughkeepsie, and the wife worked at a nursing home. She was a petite little blonde, and they always seemed so happy and so like in love. And they had 5 daughters, so it wasn't like they were newlyweds or anything. Now, at the time that I'm telling you this story, the time it appeared like she could have been like about 35, maybe late 30s. And he appeared, a few years older, but really very happy, both like really pleasant, nice people and everything. So one day I ran into the wife by herself up at the mall, and I said to her, "How do you do it?" And she said, "What do you mean?" And I said, "You have the figure of a teenage girl. You're like this petite, tiny little thing, and you have 5 daughters." And she said, "Oh, thank you." She said, "Actually, 2 of the girls are from his first marriage, 2 are from my first marriage, and then the baby is from us together." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know that, the 2 of you had been married, previously." I said, just all your daughters look so similar, I would have never guessed." And then I said, "If you don't mind me asking, how did the 2 of you meet?" And she smiled and she said, "This is a real crazy story." And I was like, "Oh, bring it. I love these stories." So he had been married. He had 2 daughters. She was married and had 2 daughters. Her husband and his wife were co-workers. And the company that they worked for every year had an office party where you bring your spouse. So she said, for quite a few years, they saw each other only once a year at the office party. And she said that they always seemed like they liked each other, but I guess they didn't really do anything about it. Well, that's the official story. I don't know the real truth. But she said that, I don't remember, but so they knew each other through their respective spouses that were coworkers. And then I don't know who divorced who first, but then the next thing you knew, she said once one of them became available, the other one then went and initiated a divorce so that they could be together. And that was it. And I thought that was quite interesting. Of course, that's the official story. You never know. Maybe they all lived in the same area, and one of them was having an affair with the other one, and they just didn't want to tell anyone, and it just kind of, evolved or whatever. But very interesting. The story doesn't sound very animated or colorful without seeing this couple together. He was tall and slender, balding, with black hair and a beard, and he was very jovial. He was always cracking jokes. He was very laid back. He kind of reminded me a bit of George Carlin, not in his look, but maybe the way he spoke. He seemed very intelligent. And she was just very sweet and very happy, and she seemed very loving, and they just seemed very, very happy together. And she was petite with dark blonde hair, and she just always had a big smile on her face, you know? So I guess they were doing something good. Anyway, this story's a little boring, but I don't know. It's just a sweet little memory I have. Everybody have a great day. Bye.